11 huge Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Hey there, Corrie fans, buckle up because next week on Coronation Street, July 1st to 5, is going to be a roller coaster of drama and surprises. From shocking revelations to intense confrontations, the cobbles are set to sizzle with excitement. Toya is about to get some news that will leave her reeling, and the truth about Kit will finally come to light, sending shockwaves through Gemma and Paul. But that's not all. Sarah finds herself in the hot seat as DS Swain starts to suspect her of something sinister. You won't want to miss a single moment of the action, so make sure to subscribe to our channel for all the latest spoilers and updates. Stay tuned. Stahoya fears Leanne is recruiting Amy. Leanne's recent promotion to level 5 status within the Institute has Toya seriously worried about how deep her sister is getting into this whole thing. Rowan's influence over Leanne seems stronger than ever, and Toya can't shake the feeling that something is really off. Her anxiety hits a new peak when she catches Leanne showing Amy one of the Institute's videos, supposedly to help with stress relief. This is the last thing Toya wanted to see, especially since it looks like Amy is actually considering investing in this shady group. Toya's concern isn't just about Leanne anymore. Now, Amy's getting pulled into this mess too. The idea that the cult might be expanding its reach to other people close to her is freaking her out. She knows how persuasive these groups can be, and seeing Amy even thinking about joining sets off all sorts of alarms. Toya is determined to find a way to protect her sister and Amy from getting sucked further into Rowan's manipulative web. 2. Toya is rushed to hospital. Toya begins suffering from pains in her stomach and confides in Nick. When he returns from work, he's shocked to find Toya in agony on the floor and rushes her to hospital. At the hospital, Nick and Leanne wait at Toya's bedside as the doctor reveals some shocking news. Later, Toya is still processing her news when the doctor reveals another bombshell. 3. Kit tells the truth. With Gemma and Paul still in the dark about their secret brother, Bernie organizes a meeting with Kit to discuss how they'll break the news. Bernie is oblivious, as Kit decides to take the matter into his own hands and visits the flat in order to tell Gemma and Paul. How will they react? 4. Bernie struggles to keep her family together. In the aftermath of Kit's confession, Bernie is feeling low and confides in Dev about her struggle to bring the whole family together. Meanwhile, Beth flirts with Kit, but receives a shock when Kit explains his links to Bernie and Gemma. Later, Gemma tells Bernie that she and Paul are buying a wreath for Kit's other mum. On Dev's advice, Bernie decides to send her own flowers as a gesture. 5. Sarah is questioned by DS Swain. Sarah finds herself in a tight spot when Kit tips her off that DS Swain is onto her regarding Nathan's dropped case and the money involved. As she faces questioning from Swain, Sarah's nerves are on edge, trying her best to maintain composure under the intense scrutiny. Swain doesn't hold back, probing directly about Nathan's attacker, and whether Sarah orchestrated a $10,000 payoff to keep things quiet. The pressure mounts as Sarah wrestles with the decision to reveal the truth or protect herself from further suspicion. Caught between loyalty and self-preservation, Sarah struggles to keep her cool as Swain presses for answers. Each question feels like a test of her resolve, and the weight of the situation threatens to crack her resolve. As she weighs her options, Sarah knows that her next words could have far-reaching consequences, not just for Nathan's case, but for her own future. 6. Steve gets revenge on Tommy. Steve is disappointed when he discovers that Tim was not planning a surprise party for his 50th birthday after all. Worse still, he's gutted to discover Tim bailed on him in order to attend the unveiling of Tommy Orpington's bronze bust at the Weatherfield County Ground. Egged on by Cassie, the duo decide to head to the party to confront Tim, and while they're there, concoct a plan to get revenge on Tommy at the same time. 7. Steve covers his tracks. Steve starts to panic, thinking he might have overstepped a bit too much. He's sweating bullets, worried about the fallout, so he ropes in Tim to help him smooth things over before anyone catches on. They're scrambling to cover their tracks, trying to fix everything up and make sure no one realizes what went down. It's all hands on deck, and Steve's hoping they can pull this off without a hitch. But just as they think they're in the clear, Debbie walks in on them mid-cover-up. Talk about bad timing. Steve's caught red-handed, and now he's got to come up with some quick explanations. It's a total mess, and Steve's scrambling to justify their actions, while Debbie's standing there, clearly not buying it. Now he's got to figure out how to dig himself out of this one. 8. Roy is still in a rut. Since being cleared of any wrongdoing in the murder investigation, Roy has been in a serious funk, holed up in his flat and refusing to face the world. It's really worrying Yasmin, Nina, and Shona, who are desperate to see him snap out of it. They hatch a plan to coax Roy back into his old routine, hoping it'll lift his spirits. Nina plays a little trick, fibbing to Evelyn about Shona being sick to nudge Roy towards returning to the cafe. Then, she takes things a step further by setting off the fire alarm, proving how much they need him there. It's a risky move, but it finally convinces Roy to take that first step out of isolation and back into the world. It's a touching moment as Roy bravely faces his fears and returns to work, realizing how much he's missed being part of the cafe family. With Yasmin, Nina, and Shona's support, he starts to regain his confidence and sense of purpose. It's a small victory, but a significant one in his journey back to normalcy, showing that sometimes a little push from friends can make all the difference. 9. Betsy faces trouble with Carla. Betsy kicks off her work experience at Underworld on a high note, showing off her impressive skills with the machines and earning quick praise from Carla and Fizz. Everyone's impressed with how she jumps right in and handles the tasks like a pro. But just as things are going smoothly, Carla catches Betsy texting on her phone, which quickly puts a damper on the day. Carla, known for her no-nonsense approach, takes Betsy's phone away as a reminder to stay focused on work. It's a tough lesson for Betsy, who learns the importance of staying professional and dedicated, especially in a workplace as busy as Underworld. Despite the hiccup, Betsy's initial success shows promise for her future in the fashion industry, as long as she can keep distractions at bay and continue to impress her mentors. 10. Bethany tries to uncover the truth. Bethany finds herself in a tight spot after being accused of misusing her former company's credit card, and the tension is palpable as she and Shona sift through the credit card statement for any clues. They're determined to uncover evidence that will prove Bethany's innocence and clear her name. Shona notices a transaction from a supermarket and suggests it might be related to a click and collect order, sparking their investigation into who could have really made the charges. With suspicion still hanging over her, Bethany takes matters into her own hands and decides to call the supermarket, hoping to obtain CCTV footage that could provide the crucial evidence she needs. It's a risky move, but she's desperate to prove her innocence and put an end to the accusations once and for all. As they wait for answers, the pressure mounts, and Bethany's resolve to clear her name strengthens, showing her determination to set the record straight and move past this challenging ordeal. 11. Michael shares some news with George. George finds himself caught in the middle of a tense situation between himself and Glenda, and he turns to Michael, hoping to mend fences and resolve the tension. He opens up to Michael, seeking advice, and hoping that Michael can help smooth things over between him and Glenda. However, to George's dismay, Michael reveals that he and Glenda have actually broken up recently. Michael cites concerns over Glenda's recent behavior as the reason behind their split, leaving George saddened by the unexpected turn of events. The conversation with Michael leaves George feeling disheartened and uncertain about how to proceed. He had hoped for reconciliation and understanding, but now faces the reality that his relationship with Glenda has taken a significant setback. As he processes the news, George reflects on what went wrong and contemplates his next steps in navigating this new chapter of uncertainty in his personal life. As tensions continue to simmer on the cobbles next week, Sarah finds herself in the hot seat with DS Swain, facing tough questions about Nathan's case and a hefty payoff. With suspicions swirling, Sarah must navigate the interrogation carefully to protect herself and those she cares about. Will she crack under the pressure or hold firm against Swain's scrutiny? These upcoming episodes promise twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Don't miss a moment of the drama unfolding on Coronation Street from July 1 to 5. Subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates and spoilers, and join us as we unravel the mysteries and emotional rollercoasters in Weatherfield. Stay tuned for more gripping revelations and intense confrontations ahead.